And we are right back. Okay. So, I got inspired by our usually large watch time on Complete Arcane, and I don't know, I'm arbitrarily assigning that to the fact that I graded the prestige classes at random, so I thought that would be an actual decent project. Also, I made this logo.
Try to catch lightning in a bottle twice.
Exactly. Okay, and on the next slide. Oh wait, this is all the slides.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
Right, let's see.
I don't see how you can really grade prestige classes when ultimately your DM is supposed to grade all the prestige classes for you.
How indeed can you grade prestige classes when the DM decides to grade? Okay, so anyways, moving on from that joke. So here's the scale which I'm grading. I and my fellow co-hosts can or will not grade this prestige classes on. I actually don't care how they grade them. But yeah, basically S is a class that only really works within the prestige class system, or at the very least would be kind of hard to reproduce outside of it, and offers unique playstyle or brings a playstyle up to the point where it feels like you do the thing actually well as opposed to not. A offers a unique experience by either adding to the core class or going off on its own tangent. B has good ideas and executes on them well enough to make the class runnable, but has a few things that don't quite work. C is fine enough that you would run this class, but parts of it are subpar for no reason, and or it does something interesting but more narrow than you'd actually wish. D has a good couple of features, but is littered with worthless junk, or the class has plenty to offer, but the designer forgot that D&D is a combat-oriented game and happens to have non-combat parts and will make you feel useless in a combat encounter. F is worse than taking levels in a core class that does the same thing. And plus and minus for some wiggle room for the feels.
So many Elven required classes are going to end up in F just for that.
And we start with the platonic ideal of Elven Prestige class, the Arcane Archer.
Hell yeah!
I think I'm just... So I'll agree that just taking more levels in Fighter is better than taking this class, right?
Yeah, I can see the future.
Yeah, you'll get more out of the feats.
Yep.
You'll get more out of the feats. It's more of a
right.
Yeah.
Right into F it goes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give it a solid F. I don't think it deserves a plus or a minus. There's nothing redeeming on it.
It's just an F.
Yeah.
It is precisely what was described for F.
Yeah.
It gets you a free +5 enhancement bonus, I guess.
Which you can just buy by the time you
buy that,
there.
but
yeah.
Maybe your DM hates money.
Arcane Trickster. I
am far more familiar with the 5.0 rogue subtype of this.
This one's pretty. Yeah, this one's pretty simple.
Than I am with the actual prestige.
Yeah, it's pretty simple for just looking at the level.
I'm more familiar with the Pathfinder version of Arcane Trickster, which works much better, oddly enough. One of the few prestige classes that actually works on that system.
Yeah, it helps that. So strangely enough, the stuff that was designed in the DM's guide probably has a leg up in the sense that I don't think they quite knew what they were doing, because that's before they really went off on the tangent of ACFs / archetypes. Also, they just stopped designing prestige classes after that point too, mostly.
Yeah.
Or there were subpar fluff things.
Yep. And there's like every once in a while one or two would pop up that were very like focused on the thing the book was about.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't the core way of doing classes.
Yeah. As said, this exists within 5th edition, so, I guess you could technically say it's kind of a different animal, however, within 5th edition. This is literally like basically it's a Mystic Theurge for both, or for rogue / caster.
Yeah. I mean, it's not you're better off taking class because it gives you full casting progression.
Yeah. Gives you full class and full sneak attack progression.
And full sneak attack progression. It's not terrible if you want to do the rogue wizard. B?
Yeah, yeah, B. My biggest issue is from I remember these are abilities that they shove between levels. At least
Well, I
they
mean, the
have them,
abilities.
but yeah.
The abilities are you still get sneak attack, and I think the impromptu sneak attack was just like you could just do a sneak attack without the usual prerequisites a couple times per day. It's very meh abilities, but core wise, it works.
Yeah.
But I think it works solely on strength and being a full caster and with some sneak attack dice. Not necessarily because the prestige class is actually good,
Yeah.
but the prestige class isn't actively working against you.
Yeah. I think I'll give it yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just giving it a straight B. It doesn't really if either of those extra abilities actually did much of a thing. Yeah, impromptu sneak attack is they basically lose Dex bonus to AC for an
So you
attack.
can sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost a who cares
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, and range legerdemain was you can do like pickpocket and shit from range.
Yeah.
Like their abilities, they ultimately don't matter because really just you're a full spell caster. That's sneak attack dice.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like it lets you play a rogue wizard hybrid well enough. It doesn't do anything special, but it's like if you want to be a rogue wizard hybrid, it works.
Yeah.
And it is better than taking just wizard or just rogue to do so.
Yeah.
S. I saw what the next thing is.
I don't know. I'm willing to go A plus. It's not really an S. I'd say strictly. Power level is absolutely an S.
Are we grading on does interesting things, or this is the class every fucking wizard goes into?
This is absolutely the class every fucking wizard goes into. That's why it is getting an A. S is literally this transcends the system. This lives within the system. This is almost the peak of the system, as a matter of fact.
This is the end goal for all arcane casters.
Yeah. I'm very willing to give it.
This is effectively levels 16 through 20 of every arcane caster.
Yeah. I'm easily willing to give it an A plus because not only that, it is actually a very versatile class. It gives you a thing at every level, and it does what it's meant for a high level. So it also allows room for other things as the edition develops more. It's one of the prestige classes that actually kind of gets better as the edition goes on precisely because it's so high level. It allows you to take levels in other prestige classes, so it is interesting in that respect.
Yes, well, it basically the arcane casters end up being do 5 levels in your class, dip into something else for typically 10 levels, do this for the rest of your last 5 levels, or dip into something for like 7 levels, then do this as quickly as you can.
Actually, I think with that description alone, I think I've talked myself into like at least an S minus. Yeah, because that isn't something you can really do in the other systems, as it's basically a second prestige class.
Yeah, it is always a second prestige class because it's only a 5-level thing that's so high level that you're always going to dip into something else first.
Yeah.
I mean, with wizard, at a certain point, once we get the book that has it, basically does 4 or 3 prestige classes for the general build, which is going to be wizard to level 3, dip into the specialized class for 2 levels. All can stay in that all the way to 15 if you want, or otherwise dip into something else for 10 levels, then go to Archmage.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, now to go down in quality.
S plus.
No, even with the other spells, I can't. Even if we're counting for the spells we've seen for this, no. I mean, it's not. What the fuck was it prerequisites to get into here of all things? Let's ignore the alignment.
You have to kill someone. It literally disguise, hide, move silently 8 ranks.
Yeah, disguise is technically 4 ranks, but you'll probably take 8 anyways.
Or that's 4 ranks.
Yeah. Is this worth it over more rogue? It tanks the amount of skill points you get.
But you see, you're looking at it from the wrong angle of more rogue, but the best thing to go into this is classes that aren't rogues. Fighter Assassin works perfectly fine.
Other than having to figure out how to get 8 ranks of hide, move silently, and 4 ranks of disguise. Well, you can get 4 ranks of disguise, but the 8 ranks of hide and move silently are a little painful.
1 int bonus. Find a way to get those as class skills. It can't be that hard.
A couple levels of
A
rogue
one,
would.
yeah, like a 1 level dip in rogue gets you half those levels or half those ranks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not arguing for being S at all. It's like B at best.
I'd say a C plus is probably generous on this one even.
That's fair. I'd say average C.
Yeah, let's go with average C.
Despite me jokingly bringing up every time there's spells involved. I don't think that's the assassin list. Like, it's not actually a great class in any way, shape, or form.
No.
No.
It has sneak attack progression, a funky death effect that you have to do nothing for 3 turns to do, and some spells that are better as more books come out, like all the spell lists get.
Yes. It at least gets better with those spells, unlike some other prestige classes that we'll get to in I think right now. So yeah. I mean, this is NPC template the class.
It's an NPC template class, much like when we get to the Rager and that kind of shit. You're never gonna run it as a player character.
No, and I don't even. What does this seriously get? Full attack bonus, 3 sneak attack dice,
3 smite goods.
3 smite goods. Okay, so if I was to wipe away some stuff here and reflavor this as White Guard or something and just pretend those are smite evils for a second, or let's just assume it's in an appropriate campaign or something.
You're playing an evil campaign, so you could do this.
Yeah.
The thing is that you still have to get into this class. If you were just being evil paladin the entire time in an evil campaign, that'd be fine. But you're not. You're doing something else than going into Blackguard.
Let's see. Also prerequisites. Let's see. +6 base attack bonus, feats, cleave, improve sunder, power attack. Only one of these are good. I mean, you can make silly sunder builds, but you're not going to be doing that with this class.
No, that's better doing Pathfinder. I mean, power attack is fine. But that's
power attack is fine.
Cleave is situationally useful at low levels and falls off of once you can actually reasonably do. Once you have high enough attack bonus to start doing full attacks that matter, then you just never cleave again, because why would you waste your time doing attack against 2 targets when you can attack 4 times?
Also, one of them has to die from what I remember too.
Yes, one of them also has to die.
Which is
yeah, it's you get poison use. D.
I'm gonna give this a D minus. This is
it's not an F.
It's not an F because it's strictly speaking not worse than taking other classes. Yeah. I mean, full attack bonus with some middling of sneak attack dice isn't the worst thing in the world, but also Aura of Despair is legitimately decent. It's -2 AC and feet of view.
So full attack bonus sneak attack dice you can get from Ring Fighter.
Yeah, kind of.
Better progression. You get smite evils, you get the smite goods. I mean, if you're actually doing an evil campaign, I guess it's fine enough. You just really want to I'd work with my DM and see, can I just start in this class, or can I just make an evil version of Paladin?
Can I just go grab Paladin of Tyranny? I mean, seriously, just
yeah, this Paladin of Tyranny. Just be a Paladin of Tyranny rather than do this.
Yeah.
D minus.
Yeah. What is any evil? So, anyways, Dragon Disciple.
F.
Yeah. Is there anything that saves us from F, really?
It's a 10 level version of a 3 adjustment template.
Yeah. But you also get a good forwarded will save.
Oh.
Medium attack.
You know what else I can get a good forwarded will save on? When I'm taking another class that has a good forwarded will save.
I will always have a special place in my heart for this class, but not for actual 3-5. Neverwinter Nights, which related to the other the book we dealt with tonight. My favorite companion in one of the Neverwinter Nights expansion was Deacon, who is a kobold who can become a red dragon disciple.
I think I gave this an F plus just because there's some salvageable idea here.
Is there though?
I feel like being generous. I mean, if I actually was not crazy in making prestige classes for my player characters, this is at least a template where I could go okay, I'm going to give this a good attack bonus, and then
I'm going to make a better argument against this.
Huh?
Oh no.
There's like a 4-level thing in Race of the Dragon that gives you the Draconic
Yes.
thing, which is better than this 10-level prestige class.
All right, I'll take the plus off. Yeah, because that also gives you
We've seen a better alternative today.
That's true. We have seen a better alternative today, mostly because it actually just gives you more, gives you either a couple bonus feats or a couple sneak dice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm with you there. It's like, this is a more salvageable class, that more salvageable than like a lot of things. Like, I guess you could salvage Arcane Archer by just throwing more shit onto it, but this doesn't take much. It's get rid of the arcane spells part, then the bonus spells part, bump this up to like a good attack bonus, give it like a D12 hit die, stuff like that. Yeah. You still need to do some work, but it's like not the worst thing in the world.
It's just a case of you'd be better off asking your DM, okay, well, we're starting at like level 15. Can I just be level 12 for the half dragon template?
Yeah.
Because that's just always going to be better than taking this class.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it does actually have a D12 hit die. Okay, so anyways.
I have the half dragon template. Can I be a 5th level character with 7 dragon hit die in the half dragon template? And I'll still be better than taking this prestige class. Those could be a good reflex save too.
Yep.
And better skills.
Yep. Duelist. Pre-nerf, fine for exactly 1 level. Post-nerf, which is this book. What the fuck else did they do but canny defense? Let's see. Precise Strike, which is extra d6 damage with lighter one-handed weapon. As long as they don't attack with something in their other hand or have a shield. Also, it's precision damage.
Bonus to initiative. Bonus to attack skills opportunity. AC against attack opportunity. Bonus to reflex saves.
Is this even better than just taking fighter or rogue? Or fucking swashbuckler?
I
agree, a swashbuckler is like a 3-level class or something, but
okay. There's 1 or 2 things that are actually decent in here. They're not enough to redeem the entire class. Especially since you have to dodge mobility and weapon finesse, or dodge and mobility to get into it. Dodge is not uncommon. Mobility is rarely taken.
Yeah.
It's basically a prerequisite feat for a bunch of other stuff that people never would take. I would say the big things about it are obviously you get canny defense if you want to be unarmored to get the into AC. But it is capped by your levels. You actually want to be multiple levels in this as opposed to pre-nerf where you just do 1 level dip and leave.
Yeah.
Precise Strike is whatever. Acrobatic Charge lets you charge through difficult terrain, which you normally can't do.
No, but it's...
so that's a situationally useful thing.
Yeah.
I think the other really good thing is level 7 Elaborate Parry, which is when you fight defensively or use total defense, you add +1 dodge bonus equal to your class level.
Okay, so I can get you a decent AC.
So if you're level 10, that's just like a free, like 14 AC for fighting an extra 10 dodge AC just for fighting defensively.
On top of adding your int, and if you're going into this class, you actually did take levels of Swashbuckler in the first place, because it's also the easiest way of qualifying for this class, actually.
Like, I think if you stayed in it until 7, you could make an argument for fine defensively every single round. It's like, I'll just take the penalty.
It's a -2 to attack. It's who cares? Yeah, it's a -2 to attack for some bonus AC.
It's a -4 on attack for a +2 dodge bonus to AC.
Okay.
But at the same time, it would normally be a +2 to AC, but in this case, you're maxed out this level, you get +12. So
Yeah,
like there's a very real argument for eat 4 to your attacks to gain 12 AC.
okay. A couple percent strike damage dice isn't the worst thing in the world. I don't know if this pulls it all that much. I don't want to agree.
It doesn't make it good.
No,
because basically everything else in here isn't great. Like there's some trinkety nice stuff. Like getting +4 to initiative it's not bad.
I think I'm hovering between like C- and D+, honestly.
D-, I'd agree with.
D-?
I'd say C-.
Oh, C-. Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think there's enough to redeem it to pull it just out of D, but not really any higher than that.
I think, yeah. Although I think you do have to get to 7 before it really
there's
feels
specific
like
builds you could do, and you would need to get level 7 for Lab Repair to make it worth it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it without the massive AC you can get from that. Bad.
Dwarven Defender. Okay.
A niche class from the inception.
Yeah. Okay. So if you really like to stand in one place, you have this once per day ability. At least it scales up to fairly quick. Not really that quickly. Why does it even start once per day? Why does it even have a daily limit? That's actually, I think, the biggest problem I have with that. It's like,
because it's bad rage is what it is.
Yeah, I know. The problem of it just ends if you move. Oh, but once you get to, I think, 8? Yeah, once you get to 8, you can move 5 feet around.
Yeah, you can take a 5-foot step. It's just not good.
No, yeah.
If you have a limited per day use ability that's negated by your opponent taking a 5-foot step until you get level 8 in the class, which is also has a base attack bonus of 7 to get into, which means you can't get level 8 until 15.
Yeah.
3/4 of life this character being played, or like 50% of life this character being played, because you have to level 8 for it anyways, is negated by your opponent moving or taking a 5-foot step.
If they leaned harder on the other features, this might have been okay, because Uncanny Dodge is not terrible for somebody trying to defend themselves. Why the fuck does this have Trap Sense? Improved Uncanny Dodge is who cares mostly unless you're fighting a lot of rogues. It does actually get up to 6 damage reduction, which is, granted, that's level 10, but that's like the most redeemable thing here.
Yeah, it has Uncanny Dodge, Trap Sense, and damage reduction because it's Barbarian that stays in place. It's just a bunch of Barbarian class features and a bad version of Rage. That also requires you to be a dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an F. I don't think it goes either direction, but plus or minus, I think it's just F.
Yeah.
You can do a class that's supposed to be like defensive. What this really wants to be is like area control, effectively, I would think. Ideally, with being a stay kind of in an area defender, but this is not how to do it.
Yeah. Eldritch Knight.
That's what it says on the tin.
It does what it says on the tin. It's is what it says on the tin enough? Is actually the question.
I mean,
it's a fighter bonus feat and then 9 levels
it's a fighter
of casting.
bonus feat, 9 levels of casting. That's it.
Yeah. D6 hit die, I think it was. Yeah, D6 hit die.
Honestly, since the idea that this prestige class is supposed to be theoretically a fighter mage,
It is, but
spell sword.
yeah, spells.
We'll eventually get spell sword.
There's that, and yeah, I'm not judging it as a snapshot. I am judging it as a general thing. So, yeah, the fact that spell sword is just a better version of this idea.
It is just better. Do you want to be a fighter caster?
It's not just that, but this is just incredibly lazy as well.
Oh no,
'cause
this is 100% lazy because
it's
it's no
not
class features.
It's not even good lazy because it's not like Arcane Trickster, which was okay. At least you get all of all sneak attack dice
You get
progression,
all the casting.
This is you get 1 bonus feat and you get 9 levels of casting instead of 10. So you're kind of it's you could have given it all. You could have given it altering levels of bonus feats and all levels of casting, and it would still be fine.
Like realistically, also is like if you want a wizard that has a better attack bonus, you can go into this for the cost of 1 caster level. I guess.
You have to have proficiency in all martial weapons, which means you have to dip into.
Okay, never mind. You also have to waste levels on actions.
Yeah, you have to also dip a level into fighter or paladin
All right.
or ranger.
You are correct. I've changed my assessment. F.
I wouldn't go as far as F. This is playable.
D minus.
I'll go D. Yeah, it's probably D minus because D minus mostly because
Yeah, I
spell
agree.
sort of dists.
Like there is literally a version of this that is just better.
So version, yeah. It's like if you, for whatever reason, on a dare just did this class, you'd be perfectly fine. You could build things with this class that works, but it's like
And like it
there's
is a
more-
prestige class for casters, and all casters really care about ultimately is making sure they keep their spellcasting progression.
Yeah,
But considering you also have to have all martial weapon proficiencies, you're losing at least 2 spellcaster levels in this, and you're getting nothing for it.
yeah. If you look at it the other way around, as like I dipped into sorcerer or wizard and happened to be a fighter.
I was a fighter who took
never mind. You have to have
5 levels of wizard.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
The 3
it's not
level
like
casting
first ability to
arcane.
cast first level spell.
No, yeah. If it was first level spells, at least I could almost see that. But yeah, no,
Like
you have
second level spells, so you could go into like level 5,
yeah.
make it work somehow. But no, you're at least 5 levels of wizard to get into this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you can't try and be a martial that happens to sly in some magic. That doesn't even work. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Hierophant! I'm just gonna put the F over here.
F for fear.
You're saving us some time.
Hierophant, a JoJo reference.
Hierophant is just this like great thing. Like, okay, here's a Hierophant. Hierophant is effectively the divine, and like
It's a divine archmage, except we forgot to give it caster level.
Yeah, except we forgot to give it caster level or make it good.
Yeah. Okay, if I pretend for a minute this has
a joke.
Yeah. Remember, if we pretend for a minute that it actually does get a caster level at every level instead, I think it was still not worth it because none of these were good.
Like if you got a caster level on every level, I could see going into it because like you can get stuff like free meta magic feats out of it, which aren't great, but whatever.
Yeah.
You at least get something at every level if you actually had caster level on it. Like the thing you're getting isn't necessarily great, but you could be like, oh, I can use touch spells at 30 feet. That's cute for healing.
Yeah.
Because I can now touch people as a heal thing. I can select a second time and have 60-foot reach on touch stuff. Like there's some decent stuff in here, but not remotely worth not having casting progression for in any way, shape, or form.
No, I think this loses points simply because it just failed at its own concept.
It's supposed to be the mirror for Archmage, but opposed to being the end goal of basically every arcane caster, this is the end goal of no divine caster.
I was going to say, this is the mirror. Of it.
The
It's
mirror. That which all arcane prestige classes aspire to, with the perfect mirror of that which no divine classes aspire to.
Horizon Walker, that class I forgot exists. Which is, I think, something I stated the last time we went over this class.
think so.
F. It's just an F. It's just bad.
Was there an argument I could actually make for this class much? It does have full attack bonus. The fuck these terrain masters. These terrain masters just give you abilities. They don't actually care about you being on the terrain.
Yes, they just give you things like a +4 confidence bonus to hide checks and a +1 insight to forest creature against forest creatures.
Yeah.
A +4 confidence bonus to spot checks and a +1 insight bonus to attack and damage roll against plains creatures. So all the train masteries are a +4 to a skill, a +4 confidence bonus to a skill, and a +1 insight on attack and damage rolls against creatures of that terrain type. And then the planar mastery ones are...
Those are various effects. I think the actual big problem with this class is how long it takes you to get the planner ones, because at least they were very slightly more interesting.
If it did like train, planner, train, planner, train, planner,
yeah. Still would be good, but at least be not...
Hey, you can get a +30 bonus to your fly speed on planes with no gravity or subjective gravity.
I'll be right back.
You can have an entire class sphere just lets you mimic the instinctively ability to mimic the dominant alignment of the plane, so you don't take alignment effects.
Okay, so anyways.
How much longer do you want me to continue? Do you want to do 6 levels of class? You get a 60-foot dark vision?
No, I could get 20 fire resistance.
Can get 20 fire resistance and a +1 insight bonus to damage rolls against outsiders and elementals to fire sometime. This class is fine.
This class is fine, which is actually what makes it harder to grade almost.
It has full casting progression, so it's not actively bad. And you get some stuff.
Let's see. Feats, 4 feats to get into this. Skill, focus, knowledge, any individual skill. Cast 7 different divination spells, one of which must be 3rd level or higher. That's not as bad as it sounds by any means.
No, not really. It's quite easy to get into as a wizard. You also get bonus feats, meta magic or random creation feats.
Yeah, and you're
like
not
half
gonna...
the requirements are taken up by just being a wizard.
Yeah. And there are enough divination spells that are actually worth taking, no matter how much I make fun of the stuff that scries and crap like that. But
yeah, no, their divination spells worth taking. If you're a wizard, you can just scribe all the cheap ones for super free into your spellbook to make sure you have the requirements.
Yeah, all the detect spells are
all the level ones, effectively.
Yeah. See invisibility is a divination as well, so...
And then you just get decent enough stuff. Bonuses to saves, a dodge bonus to AC, a free feat. You can get 4 ranks of skill you don't have with the secrets.
Can get 4. I'll say, yeah, dodge. Just straight up any 1 feat. Yeah.
Then you eventually get identify for free and once per day use of a legend lore or analyze armor, which is whatever. It's not a great capstone, but
yeah, it's fine. But I don't know if it goes above B really.
Oh, it doesn't go above B, but I think it's a perfectly servable class. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with dipping into this before you make your way to Archmage.
Yeah.
It is also not required to be arcane, so you can do this as like a cleric or another divine caster. You won't, but you could.
There's one that you still wouldn't do it, but you could do it as an archivist. Because they are technically int, at least partially int. All right. I put them both on the same page, but for this one, it's Mystic Theurge.
Mystic Theurge is good.
Is good. It's almost literally the definition of S is the weird part, because
Yeah, it's 100% an S class.
yeah,
If you want to be just pure casty, doing both arcane, divine, have piles of spell slots, you give up two. You basically give up 3 levels on one side or the other, and then you get full casting progression from both.
Yeah.
So it's just good because you'll still get 9th level spells whenever side you want to go down as your main side, and you'll end up with at worst 13th level spells on the other side. So
also it is something that you can't do outside of the prestige class system. You can't do this as a subclass really realistically in 5th edition.
yeah,
Mind you,
this is a case of the class gives you no class features, similar to the trash that is Eldritch Knight. But it does something unique.
yeah, it doesn't really need to. It'd be nice if it did, and it does in Pathfinder technically, but it's
Yeah, it does. It gives you like dual casting in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, up to like level 5 spells.
Yeah, something like that. But ignoring that, it's just literally the class feature of spellcasting is actually just a good class feature on its own. Strangely enough.
Yeah. Like that's a reason why most like the caster classes in D&D don't really have class features, and that's part D&D hates class features anyways for base classes for whatever reason.
There was that too, but
most
yeah.
classes. But like that's why you're basically looking at any spell casting like a prestige class you get as how many caster levels do I lose to go into this?
Yeah.
Because any class features I'm getting have to weigh up against me losing casting progression. This does lose you 3 levels of casting progression on whatever side you choose to lose it on. But you gain full casting progression past that for 10 levels of both spell types.
Yeah.
So it like even though you're losing 3 casting progression on whatever your main class is going to be, the gain of 10 entire extra casting levels in another casting type is great enough to offset that.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so now on to Red Wizard.
Red Wizard of Fae.
Yeah, that's they're definitely a thing. I mean, it's strictly better than sticking around in Wizard, I guess. Or Sorcerer, especially Sorcerer. Then you have to take Tattoo Focus.
Yeah, I don't think you're really ever gonna go into this as sorcerer.
Not really. You technically can, but
You can, but it has wizard right there in the name. I mean,
well, yeah, trying to throw everyone off. Yeah, I think the problem with this one is you need another one in your party, partially.
well, it's also like it has tattoo focus and 3 meta magic item creation feats. That wizards get half those for free
Yeah, that's true enough.
because they just get
They get
bonus
Scribe
feats.
Scroll, and yeah, they get Scribe Scroll, and at 5 they'd have a bonus meta magic feat. So
Yeah, they have bonus meta magic or item craft feats. They get some stuff in there. Their gold. They have a 2 feet leg up on trying to get into the sorcerer, anyways.
Yeah.
Like it does have full casting progression and gives you stuff, so it's better than just doing wizard. No doubt about that. This further leads into specialization.
Spell power is extra caster level. It's okay. It's kind of boring even by the standards of.
Are we sure this is supposed to be a wizard only prestige class?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it does have enhanced specialization that requires it to give up an additional prohibited school. The only rules for giving up prohibited schools are in the wizard section. I mean, there's nowhere where it says you have to be a wizard to do it.
No. Yeah, no, for some reason it doesn't say you have to be a wizard specifically in any of the prerequisites, but that kind of implies you were one.
What? Like,
Yeah.
you cannot choose the same prohibited schools you chose as a first level wizard?
Huh. Right, well, anyways, I think this is a C. Pretty much the definition of it, practically.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get stuff, so you're not, you're not better off just taking the base class. You don't lose any spellcasting progression. You do get stuff for it from it.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine.
Yeah. Shadow Dancer. That's a 1-level dip for hide in plain sight, which is not actually over 1-level dip, I guess, but
I think Shadow Dancer falls solely into D.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the definition of D, as a matter of fact.
As you define, hey, here's a bunch of cute stuff. Remember, this is a combat game.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of nice things, and there's no combat capability here other than like summon shadow.
It's like it has uncanny dodge and evasion, but you get that for just being like a rogue anyways, which is probably what you're going to be to go into this regardless. So
could you have just fucking thrown some sneak attack dice onto it? That's literally all it needed. Not even rogue progression sneak attack dice. It's like every 3rd level. I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for playable.
yeah, that would definitely make it better.
Yeah.
Dimension door.
It has abilities. I can't. And they're neat abilities. It's just like you forgot to make it do anything in combat other than move around.
Yeah.
It's like I could summon a shadow, I guess. But those aren't actually. It's not going to be good enough.
No, I mean every 3 levels it gains an extra like 2 hit dice, which means also gain like 1 attack. So I think undead have 4 attack bonuses.
Yes, they do.
So it's like, But then also, if it dies, you lose XP,
That being the other issue, it's like,
and you can't replace it for a month.
ugh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I can't even consider that a combat ability. It really is just meant to be utility by how they built that.
Yeah, because like a base shadow, what this thing generates, has 3 hit dice, 19 HP. So at level, this
Let's
requires
see.
8 ranks. This requires 10 ranks in height, so you can't get in this to level 8.
Yeah.
So you can't summon a shadow
Until 10.
until level 10. So you're summoning something with 19 hit points and a 13 AC.
Which
With a +3.
Yeah. Okay.
With
So
a +3 touch as an attack.
So the fodder in any encounter that you are fighting will hit it on a 2. It's a shadow, so you do.
It hasn't corporeal, but we're also talking about things like level 10, so it's not going to be that outrageous for something to be able to actually hit it or affect it.
Yeah, depending on what it is. There's a chance they don't have a magic attack, in which case it's basically immune, but it will also die to the AoE of any spell.
Correct.
Or supernatural ability. Because they aren't immune to those.
And like even if you end up, dropping like doing this all the way to level 9, it gains a whole 4 extra hit dice.
Yeah. Which, granted, it's still useful as a utility thing. It's just not going to be in a combat situation and do anything but die.
It's definitely useful. Like, oh, I'm scouting around town. I send my shadow out to do scouting for me. Like, that's perfectly fine. It's incorporeal. It can go through walls. It'd be great for scouting and doing stuff like that. But the class has to do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, the class gets a medium attack bonus.
I could be a perfectly serviceable, sneaky around town person just being a regular rogue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or I could just be an arcane trickster. Fucking.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Get all the fucking stupid tricks that this class gets via spells, practically.
Oh, wait, never mind. There was a dumb idea, but they implicitly don't let you do it.
Huh.
The shadow you spawn cannot create other shit. Cannot create spawn.
Oh yeah, no, they had.
So you can't be evil, go out and just murder a bunch of townspeople who have a ton of shadows, but use those shadows instead of your good one.
Or just go to like a kobold camp or not kobold, or a kobold or a goblin camp or something and just kill those things off where no one's
Careful.
going to
There's a
care.
decent chance there's gonna be kobold sorcerers around. They'll magic missile the fuck out of your scato. It's gonna die.
That's true. Okay. Thaumaturgist. Certainly a class that exists. I mean, it's full caster for its 5 levels.
I mean, honestly, it's fine. It has full casting progression. It gives you augmented summoning for free and extended summoning for free.
Yeah.
The summon spells are good. So this is just a prestige class version of making summoning spells better. I mean, the planner ally stuff
Well, the planner
whatnot
ally
is-
stuff is more on the meh side, but
is the best side, but like you could just dip into this for 3 levels for augmented summoning and extended summoning for free.
yeah. Not that you really need extended summoning, like...
No,
Probably at
but you're
the
not
point where
losing
you got-
anything for taking the 3rd level of it.
No, that's true. What the fuck was approved ally? Okay, that's also planner ally. Yeah, yeah. It's a couple levels for augmented summoning, which is not the worst thing in the world. For it also gives you more. It's basically more will save and same base attack bonus you would get from being a wizard, anyways. Technically, as far as qualify for the class, spell focus conjuration is a prerequisite for augmented summoning. So yeah, you could just dip it for feats, basically. But
Yeah, you can dip in for feats if you want to. If you want to do summons, you can dip in for feats.
yeah, I'll give this.
And,
I think I'll give
if
this
you're
a
doing
C+.
summons, it's just free feats.
Yeah, I think I'll give this a C+ because there's nothing that really motivates you to continue in this class past like the first 2 or 3 levels, depending on what you want.
Yeah, extended summoning is a nice extra. Contingent conjuration is cute though, because it does let you just prepare a summoning spell as a contingency for free.
Okay, that's not awful either. Yeah, so you might actually take this to like 4.
Like 5 is whatever, because it's just you can call a planner ally as be a cohort, but you have to pay XP cost normally. You also have to give it gold.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's the usual planner stuff. But yeah,
it works like a cohort does, but yeah. 2 or 4 level dip if you're doing a summoning build as a divine caster.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're doing a summoning build as a cleric, because planner ally lesser is a cleric spell.
Okay, so this specifically would. Yeah.
You need either to be a cleric or find some other way to be able to cast planner ally lesser.
Yeah.
But requirement wise is not hard at all.
No, because it's that and literally the prerequisite feat for augment summoning.
Yeah. And you lose nothing for going into it. So
Okay, on to the Miniatures Handbook. Bonded Summoner. This thing that makes you into an elemental, but loses like half of its levels of spellcasting. Also, you're an elemental companion.
Sure, it does lose half its spellcasting levels.
Yep.
And does not give me enough to warrant losing half my spellcasting levels.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the sums of it. Yeah, I think it's just actively worse than...
It is actively worse than just taking 10 levels of your base class, or base casting class.
Yeah. Turn yourself into an elemental will actually give a +4 as a weirdness.
You know what else can turn you into an elemental? The spells you have, because you have 5 more casting class levels.
And the elemental...
It's right over there.
And the elemental companion.
I have summon spells.
Yeah. But 6 around. You never know when you want a water elemental all the time. Okay.
Am I in the water?
Or an air elemental. We'll just go with air elemental. I think that's the most useful of them, honestly.
That's more fun.
Yeah.
Earth elemental is pretty good too.
Yeah. Dragon Samurai. Yep, this sure is a class.
Why does it have medium attack bonus?
I don't fucking know. Not sure why this one had medium attack bonus.
Like, you have a base attack per set of 5. You're clearly meant to go into from, like, fighter. If you're going to do it at all.
It does have elemental weapon, which is just damage.
Which is just damage. Like,
The breath was crap for
you-
armor.
you should be going into this from, like, fighter or samurai, so why doesn't it have full attack bonus?
That is a very good question. Why doesn't it have full attack bonus?
Like, you're not going into this from rogue. You can.
You can, it's
Because
just higher level.
the prerequisites are just a BAB 5 and, like, 2 ranks of knowledge arcana.
And no experience as a dragon samurai of a different clan, which
Plan.
is not a prerequisite, really.
You weren't already this prestige class.
Yeah, I got nothing on the...
Like, I can't say it's strictly worse than taking just the base class, because you do get some features.
Yeah,
And, like, you do free elemental damage. D?
yeah. Breath weapon's a D8 per level. Yeah, I'm going with D.
Like, it's not an F.
No. That's close, but it's not an F. Havoc Mage, you can do a full round action. Cast a spell and make one attack.
It's an F, right?
yeah, I think this is pretty much an F. No, wait. That's the window button. That's why that wasn't working. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah. No. So the shortcut for moving between tabs is Control Shift Page up and down.
Yeah.
My finger was on the window button.
Uh-huh. Happens.
Yeah. Okay, actually in the campaign, I have to revise something on what I initially thought. So, Divine Strike here is an extraordinary action. Extraordinary actions, unless they list otherwise, are actually free actions. So, interpret it as sanely as I can. It means that every time it hits an undead, it just does all of its sneak attack dice to it. With that being said, in the campaign that this specifically goes in, which is literally you're fighting undead, this is probably actually a good class.
Yeah.
In a more general campaign, it's not awful, actually. As it has the
it just says Divine Strike applies to any sneak attack dice you already have or any game from this class. So it just modifies your sneak attack dice to always work against undead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's just good if you're in the right pocket for it. If you're fighting undead.
Yeah. If you're not necessarily
Guaranteed
fighting
sneak attack.
Yeah, if you're not necessarily fighting undead,
You still get 3 sneak attack progression.
Some decent immunities.
Yeah, some immunities like paralysis, disease,
ability damage,
ability drain or damage, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
What these sort of light, sort of darkness do?
Overcome damage reduction of undead. Counts as ghost touch.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in pocket, it's definitely up there. Because if you're fighting undead, just always doing your sneak attack damage all the time on every attack against undead is stellar.
Yeah.
And the immunities aren't bad at all.
No.
So
I think I'm giving this actually like a B-, honestly.
Yeah, maybe just a flat B.
Yeah. Yeah, because even if you're out of context, if you're doing a more general campaign, you're not going to feel useless. You're still getting sneak attack dice. They're not as much
Yeah,
of a
like,
rogue.
Even if you're just playing a rogue and you went into this and you're like fighting, like the occasional undead pops up, so it works. And most of the time you're fighting regular stuff, like stuff that aren't undead. There's still going to be times when those immunities are going to pop up and be useful.
Yeah.
And you're not really losing a ton from not just progressing rogue.
Yeah.
You're still getting You lose a little bit of sneak attack progression, but you still get some.
Yeah, the only thing I question is the knowledge religion 8 ranks, but I'm gonna assume you found some way of doing that. I don't know.
You do have to have a level dip into cleric.
Oh, you have to turn undead, so you do have to have a level dip into cleric.
I still think it's fine. I still think B is fine.
I can do stuff with level dip in the cleric, though.
You can.
You get turn undead. That's not actually a bad feature to get if you have like a decent charisma bonus. You can put it.
And then you can take the feats, but use it to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a level dip into cleric isn't bad. Yeah, B.
Yeah, I go with B. Yeah, I can make something of this.
Yep.
When are class features worse than just taking a fucking bonus fighter feat?
Yeah.
Or are literally a bonus fighter feat? Oh, let's see.
Okay.
Blank from another square, which is who cares because you're not a rogue. Sidestep is a bonus feat.
Take an attack only 3 times per day, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
We need to fight defensively. You can give someone else. You can give up your AC bonus to give it to someone else.
+4 to melee attack and damage rolls for a round. But all attacks against you are automatically threats. Or all
And all saving throws automatically fail.
Yeah.
So just bad.
Yeah. I couldn't just give them a negative to AC and saves.
No, automatically fail any saves against spells, and also let everyone automatically threat against you.
Yeah.
For a whole +4 to hit damage or hit damage. When we eventually get to going over to Pathfinder, because it sounds like we're gonna do that at some point.
Yeah.
There is a feat or barbarian. It might be a barbarian ACF that basically does a same thing of like get bonus but take but for penalty. But that penalty is like your opponent gets these same bonuses against you, but you also get to make like a free attack against them every time they attack you. So it's just good, even though they're beating the shit out of you. This is your opponent kills you.
Okay. I have it. You're a golem.
Do you know how many effects? Okay, yeah, you're a golem. Do you know how many effects that you are just fucked if they're fighting against a caster and they immediately know you're guaranteed to fail any save they throw at you?
Lots. Like a good portion of every single spell section.
That's not a fight against a spellcaster. That's a suicide.
Well, if you killed them, you're fine. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Can I put they fly? So you're not killing them.
You have a bow?
Wait, is
this all... Never mind, this is melee. This isn't even fucking range.
That's correct. F-.
Yeah, I'm actually offended by this fucking ability.
Did we invent a new rank?
Oh, recommended.
Class abilities that are actively fully detrimental to your class if you use them.
No, the level below F- detention.
Okay, so anyways, Warhawk.
So Warhawk is honestly a class that you're never going to go into as a character?
No, but I want to half the time. Okay, I want to find a way of making it fucking work. The problem is no time to think exists.
Yeah.
That's my big issue with this goddamn class.
Yeah. It is solely meant to be it's a prestige class that is solely meant to be a thing for DMs to throw on a monster to make it stronger.
Yeah. It's a template class, basically.
But I do have somewhat of an like. Honestly, for what it's supposed to do, it's probably a B.
Yeah,
it's just right in pocket. But honestly, from outside of grading the prestige classes and like what you can do, if you're a DM and you just want a monster to be stronger, just make it fucking stronger.
Yeah.
Like this, I want this thing to hit harder. Okay, it has 10 more strength.
Yeah.
You can do that. You don't have to add a prestige class to it for that.
You can also just, if you want
You're
to
the
hit
DM.
harder, yeah.
You can just make shit up. You feel
Yes.
like it.
Also, if you don't want to actually gain the bonus to hit that comes with that, you just make it do 10 more damage.
Yeah, just make it do 10 more damage.
Yeah, or something.
That's you have that power.
Yeah.
Do not be strictly beholden to what is in a book, and you have to follow the book. You're the DM. Do what you want. It's your game.
Yeah. But that aside, between like the Great Swing, Mighty Rock Throw, I actually like the idea of this is an AoE damage dealer, and the thing that it gets in lieu of gainer of attacks, basically as an alternative thing. There's a lot of ideas here.
Methods.
Yeah, it has different attack methods. It also has enough frustrating stuff to. This is almost literally the definition of B. It's like it has the frustrating stuff that gets in the way with the like no time to think, have to be large size, crap like that. It's like. Strangely enough, it's also the best deployment of the toughness feat in any of these prestige classes because it's just extra hit points. It's like, okay, sure, fine. I can't complain about that.
Yeah, like it's a B. It absolutely does what it does.
Yeah.
Properly or well. But you don't need a prestige class to do this as DM.
No, you don't. War Chief! This so makes me want to do a fucking really stupid leadership build.
It is very much in the same vein of Warhawk, but you probably could get away with actually running this one on a character.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that screws it over like No Time to Think, if I remember correctly.
No, it's not even hard to get into. It's base attack +3.
If you've led a tribe in battle, which depending like on the campaign, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Uh,
and just give them a progressively higher and higher strength bonus, basically. So, yeah, if you just have like the leadership feat, so you have followers, your base followers dying isn't technically a problem.
The biggest issue, like you'd have to build a party around it if you want a character to actually run this, because they do have to be the same race and tribe to get the bonuses.
Yeah.
But if like you specifically built like a game around that, like okay, we're all going to be kobolds, for instance, and one of us is going to play a war chief, that's fine, that works.
Yeah,
or like, oh, we're all, and like it doesn't have to be like bestial races. Like you could all be humans and someone could be a war chief. You could all be half elves, someone could be a war chief. You could all be, high elves, and someone could be a war chief for all that matters.
Yeah. And you can also do it like again with the leadership feat. You can just basically bring your own party of fodder. That if they die, they die. It's not actually as big a deal.
It also like the boost would work on just have your cohort be the same.
And your cohort as well, yeah.
Racer. And your cohort gets all, and you get a boosted charisma just from being the class. And then your cohort will get the strength bonuses.
And you could
like I don't think it'd be great for being a player character, but you can definitely build around it, and you could do a fun like I'm going to specifically be a war chief for a crafted party of like the leadership feat for extra followers and that kind of thing. You could do something interesting character wise with it.
Yeah. I just suggest you also be good at playing very quick turns because you're going to have a shit ton of things that are going to be on the board if you're doing the leadership feat and just throwing them at enemies.
That is true. I mean, it does taper off very quickly because even getting a +10 strength is not going to carry level like 2 and 3 warriors.
No, it isn't. Yeah, that's 5 plus stat. Yeah. You're not going to start. You're not going to hit other ACs unless I don't know, the NPCs are also doing that. At which point the fireball just cleans up the board at a certain point.
Yeah, but I could see like if you did a melee focused party, because strength is really going to benefit melee characters. But you did a melee focused party built around taking it. You could definitely run it as a player character. It is 100% more intended to be similar to the Warhawk, where it's a AoE buffing thing for monsters.
Yeah, basically.
I think it's a B in that regard, much like Warhawk is. It does what it needs to do for what DMs would honestly be using it for. With my same thing of you can just do this without a prestige class.
Yeah.
But as far as what it's doing, it's fine. It works well.
Yeah. All right. On to the report card.
Hey.
All right. So the DMG's average is a D+. And I forgot to change the name on this one, but the Manager's Handbook average is a D. Just a second.
See me after class.
There we go.
Maybe we're too critical on these, but I don't believe we are.
No. I was actually hoping the Manager's Handbook would beat the DM's Guide, but there's just not enough strong in there. The problem is the DM's Guide does have like a couple of rigors in Archmage and Mystic Theurge.
Oh, it has Archmage and Mystic Theurge, which are like S's, no doubt. So
yeah.
Like they are in Mystic Theurge, just an interesting way to do a full caster. And Archmage is the goal of every arcane caster. So
Yeah.
it's like you have these two standouts, and then you have like sure you have Horizon Walker and Hierophant in there, but then you also have Bonded Summoner and the complete pile of trash that offended me that is tactical. And like, yeah, you still have Dragon Disciple and Dwarven Defender, but there's like Lore Master's perfectly fine. Or Lore Master's better than like Provine, because actually gives them these some abilities without losing nothing. Thaumaturge just is fine for dipping into. Red Wizard is, I mean, it's a wizard, whatever.
It exists, yeah. I don't know, maybe
Like
maybe we weren't harsh enough on Red Wizard.
Like you can't really be harsh on Wizard. You don't lose anything.
Yeah.
It has full casting progression. You get half the prerequisites just for being a wizard anyways. And it does give you like casting bonuses for your chosen school. So it's
That's
not
true.
bad.
It does cost you another school, but that's probably fine, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine. You can easily build around being down 3 schools.
Yeah. God, is it 3 schools?
Or it might be 2 schools. But regardless, you can be down 2 schools, no problem. Like there is enough depth in the thousands of spells you have access to that losing access to 2 schools doesn't really hinder you. Like I wouldn't recommend choosing like any of the main trio, but or at worst not giving up more than one of the main trio.
what was it? Conjuration, Evocation?
Evocation, Conjuration, and Transmutation.
Yeah. It was like a third of the spell list is Transmutation or something fucking stupid like that. It's
a giant chunk of the spell is a Transmutation, and also there's just good stuff in there. Evocation is obviously good if you actually want to blast, and Conjuration is has all the summons, has the majority of things that ignore spell resistance or ignore spell resistance to let you deal with golems, that kind of stuff. Like you can give up one of them and still be perfectly functional. When you give up 2 or potentially 3, depending on how stuff ends up going, I don't think there's a way to actually give up 3, and that might just be 2. But giving up 2 of them is definitely going to hurt. You'll feel it.
okay. Yeah, it is 2 prohibited skills at level 1.
Okay, yeah. So giving up all 3 would be chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still absolutely do it.
Yeah, you could.
If you were going to give up 3, I would almost certainly, which means you're also being a Red Wizard, is I wouldn't go all the way into Red Wizard because I'd definitely pivot into Shadow Mage to try and make up for the loss of Conjuration and Evocation with illusion spells.
Yeah, because I can effectively which begs the question, why aren't you just straight up doing Shadow Mage?
Because if you go into the Red Wizard, you get extra bonuses on your illusion spell, because that'd just be the class or the one you focus into.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, in any case, we can continue this with future books, because, you know, I think the only thing I ever gave grades to as a tongue-in-cheek joke was actually Complete Arcane, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
Because, like, spell power really is the good thing that you get from Red Wizard, which is just you count as 1 level higher for your chosen, or for your effective caster level.
Yeah.
So even doing, like, a 5-level dip would get you 2 higher caster level effectively, which when you can make realer than real spells.
You pass the save. Somehow you take more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, I think that is all we have for you this week. Join us on the possibly Thursday because we're skipping both Sunday and Monday. So join us on possibly Thursday, possibly not. Depends on whether we get stuff done. Basically, it's a week of Comic-Con, so I'm actually slightly more busy, but I'll see. I've got a decent amount of progress through the next book, which is Tome of Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that will be either in a week or in 2 weeks. But till then, I'm Vincent.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been shit.
I've been Hunter Grain.
And I'm Vincent. And remember, everyone, your report card says hindsight's 2020.